fight did not have the magnitude of a Hagler versus Hearns. And my last one, the one that I really thought was the matchup that everyone was waiting for, was no other than James Lights Out Tony versus Roy Jones Jr.
That was epic.
But
and I was at that fight.
Then Roy Jones.
Oh no, it was a bore. Roy Jones destroys him.
I seen it. I bet Jones that night.
I was there.
I'm a young man.
Dude, I was there.
And I'm betting on my
I want to
family.
say it was at the MGM even.
I'm betting. I'm already winning. When's the date? I'll tell you how old I am. I'm already winning, Lee. I'm telling you right now. They all went lights out. Everyone thought James Toney was going to destroy Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I knew Jones Jr. not only Olympian, but hello, Tuesday night fights, baby. We knew what Jones brought. He had those hands flying on Tuesday night all the time. I won. But it was a boring fight.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's do I'll do a bonus real trailer here for all the diehards at the end of the show. From Sports Illustrated. In 2015, they did the top 25 mega matches of all time. Number 25, Vasquez versus Marquez. Great fight. Of course. Jack Johnson versus James Jeffries. Who saw this fight? Like, fights that are in black and white, I didn't see it.
Sorry.
23, and I agree with this one. Muhammad Ali versus Ken Norton.
Yep.
Good fight.
Ken probably should have won.
Basilio versus Sugar Ray Robinson. Every fight fan's seen that fight. Great fight. Yankee Stadium. Amazing fight. Number 21, Eric Morales versus Marco Antonio Barrera at the Mandalay Bay. Good fight. And I went to it. How many fights did they have? They had 2 only, right?
No, I'm going to say 3. Morales,
3?
Barrera?
Yeah, I feel like
2.
It was 2.
It might have been, yeah, you might be right. It was only 2. I'll look it up. Keep
Joe
going.
Louis. Okay. Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling at the Polo Grounds. Number 19. And I remember this fight specifically. Riddick Bowe versus Evander Holyfield at the Thomas and Mack Center.
That was that first fight.
That was the day that Riddick Bowe put it all together for one
night.
fight.
Yes, sir.
And that's the only night he was ever a great boxer. Yep. How tragic is that?
He let his career, his superstardom or whatever, take over his life. He just stopped working out.
Well, he also, what did he make for that fight? He made in '92. He made $50 million for that one fight.
Right.
Like he made an inconceivable amount of money for that one fight.
And yes, it was only 2 times they fought.
2 times. Yeah. I got it right. Look at that.
Yeah.
Graziano versus Tony Zale. Yeah, diehards all see it. Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman.
I was wrong, Lee. It was 3 times. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It was 3.
Just lie and say that I'm right in the future. Ali versus Foreman. How many times have you actually seen this fight?
Almost every time it was on ESPN Classics, right? There's a moment where ESPN...
How does George Foreman get sucked in as bad as he got sucked in?
I don't know what happened that night, Lee. I watched the fight. I know all the conspiracy about the fix and the voodoo and everything. It really did look like George just got tired to me. He's pounding that.
Yeah, the humidity must have been through the roof.
The heat, the pressure of the fight. You got Muhammad in your ear all night telling you hit like a girl, or what was it? That's all you got, George? Yeah. That's all you got? All he keeps telling them. Dude, the right hand that ends the fight is a perfect punch. I absolutely love how Ali cocks back that right hand to hit him again and then just watches him fall because he knows it was over. He's seen it. I had no issue with that fight. I didn't think it was a conspiracy at all. I just think people didn't like Ali, and they used to try to find a reason to say that his fight was fixed or he wasn't as good as what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm still blown away that we had a fucking heavyweight championship fight in the Congo. Right. I mean, that's just crazy.
And it's made on an empty bank account. Tom King doesn't have $1 in that account that he says there's 10 million sitting in.
It's crazy. Everything about it is crazy, and
that's what starts him off, blows him up.
Jesus. Number 16, Tunney versus Dempsey. Yes. Number 15, Carmen Basilio versus Tony DeMarco. Number 14, I'll get Andrew's feedback. being the big heavyweight fan. Larry Holmes versus Ken Norton. The fight that made Larry Holmes.
And
Larry Holmes, the Easton Assassin, for those of you who don't know, Ken Norton, who was the top challenger for the WBC heavyweight title, was automatically awarded the belt after it was stripped off of Leon Spinks, and it was immediately offered to Muhammad Ali. Like, there was a whole thing going into this fight, and this is a young Larry Holmes. Young. Man, dude, best jab ever in the heavyweights. Yeah. Best ever. Best ever.
They said what ruined him was the fact that he took that Ali fight. They said if Larry Holmes would have never embarrassed Muhammad Ali, he probably would have been one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. But everyone a lot of the Muhammad Ali fans did not attach to him when it's sort of like what De La Hoya and Chavez, right? There's a lot of Chavez fans that hate Oscar after what he does to him in their matchup. So yeah, it was just bad timing for Larry Holmes. I mean, you know the epic story about Tyson promising Ali he was going to pay him back. Did you hear about that? Yeah. No. So I guess when Tyson was an amateur, he meets Ali, tells him he's seen the Holmes fight and that he was going to get him back. So Muhammad Ali, when Tyson gets in the ring to fight Larry Holmes, I guess Ali comes up and tells Tyson, remember what you told me. And there's a photo of it, of Ali whispering in Tyson's ear, and then he take 1 minute to knock that man out?
Yeah, it was uncomfortable. That's when Mike Tyson was beating the shit out of everybody. Like, Mike Tyson never physically boxed against anybody. He just beat him up.
Think about this, people. Let's think about this. You're Mike Tyson, right? You're the baddest man on the planet, fastest hand, strongest. You got everything going for you. And then the greatest of all time leans over the rope and says, knocked his boy out. What do you think? Mike probably had a rush go right through his body. Larry Holmes had no chance after that. It was like you supercharged him. You know what I mean? You thought he was bad before? Wait until Muhammad Ali tells him to go kick your ass.
Everybody who was a part of that 70s and 80s guard that were champions, like Spinks, Larry Holmes, like they all had that same move of basically putting their hands up while Mike just basically threw every punch he owned to stop the fight.
Weave, get in the inside and tear your ass up.
Yeah, it was quite the machine. Number 13, Willie Pep, Sandy Sadler. Yeah, everybody talks about this fight. It's pretty epic. Number 12, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. At that point, Hagler was riding an 11-year undefeated streak with 12 consecutive title defenses. And we've scored this. Have we not watched that fight and then rescored this fight? I feel like we've done that.
No, we haven't. We wanted to do the Leonard Hagler.
We debated it, right?
Yeah, we haven't. We only did Chavez Whitaker so far.
Because you have Leonard winning the fight, right?
Yes, I did.
Right, and I still have Hagler winning the fight. That's what the drama is.
The only reason why is because of those damn shoe shines. I know, you know how some of these judges are. They see, he's landing 5 to every one. I seen the shoe shine working. I don't know why Hagler consistently allowed Leonard to do that to him when they were in close range. It started pulling away on the points in my eyes. And believe me, my whole family wanted Hagler. They were not happy when I came out and I thought Leonard did win that fight. My grandpa was pretty pissed. My grandpa used
I can understand.
You guys got to understand. My grandpa used to have beta and VHS tapes. I would spend the night.
So did I. I did too.
You spend the night. You're watching by yourself in the room that you're sleeping in. Then you come out and talk to your grandpa about the fight. Sometimes he didn't like what I was coming out and saying.
Yeah, I get that. Number 11, Marciano versus Jersey Joe Walcott. Yep, everybody talks about that fight. Number 10, Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti. See, I knew it would make the list.
Of course.
I knew that it would. Ward Gatti was fairly epic at the time.
Do they have just number 1, or is it 1, 2, and 3?
No, they have it as the first
fight.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 9, Duran versus Leonard. Great fight. 15-round unanimous decision for Duran. Great fight. Number 8, which is Joe Louis versus Billy Conn. Number 7, Julio Cesar Chavez versus Mildred Taylor. perhaps the most controversial thing I've ever seen happen in the ring. Do you not agree? In the Chavez career,
it's controversial in the eyes of HBO, not in the eyes of boxing. Okay, one, Richard Steele asked that man twice if he's okay. The kid never looks at Steele, puts his hands in front of his face and says, "I am," takes 2 steps forward. He doesn't do it. He's lost. He's staring out in space. And then his cornerman, Duva, is jumping in the ring. I have no idea why, but if you guys watch the shot, that's not HBO, but the faraway shot, Maldrick Taylor is staring at Duva because he's entering the ring. It was insane, Lee. I thought Richard Steele got a bad deal out of that whole situation. Love the fight. I even love the ending. I'm telling you, it was epic, man. That whole thing was epic. I feel sorry as shit for Taylor, but you know what? You shouldn't have been playing with fire, right? You play with fire, you get burned. Everyone told him to stay away. The kid's like, "No, I ain't staying away. I'm the man." Well, you got taught who was the man that night. And it was not Maldrick Taylor, and he did not deserve those 2 seconds like HBO wanted to scream that night.
Hearns Hagler, simply known as The War.
Is that number 1?
If anybody asks me what is the greatest fight of all time, in my opinion, I don't know what number 1 is yet. Right. I still don't know what the bottom 5 of this list are. It's gonna be hard to beat this fight. This is everything I like about boxing. Everything. It's short. It's fast. It ends correctly. Both dudes threw everything they had, and the right guy won. They were
not businessmen that night.
No. Number 5, Dempsey versus Firpo. Number 4. Oh, I can make an argument for it, but I still don't think it's as good. Pryor Arguello is a great fight. It's a great fight. It's a very good, viewable 14-round TKO fight. Like, they beat each other.
Yeah, but it's a crime on tape, and I don't like how much what is the word? How much we enjoy this fight.
But with that said, then you're going to have to make a case against, like, Barrera and... Because I got the same vibe.
His corner literally got caught saying, "Give me the mixed bottle." That makes this fight not even a no contest. Hello? In today's world, this fight is not even on record anymore. As soon as you hear, "Give me the mixed bottle."
We've got guys wearing cement gloves.
And that fight he lost. He doesn't win the cement glove fight, okay? He goes out and gets knocked out. Believe me, if Antonio Margarito would have gotten caught after the fight with cement, they would have taken away that fight as a no contest. That fight would not be on record. That's a cheat. And then we all know that Aaron Pryor's whole corner is not even in. They're not allowed into boxing anymore. Wait, Panama Lewis? He's not even allowed in boxing anymore. I just hate. It hurts the fact that Alexis that was the end of his career, was on a cheat, and then we glorify it and we tell the kids this is and I'm not saying you, I'm saying boxing in whole.
It's a great fight. It's still great.
But you should also tell the kids that the man that won cheated and he didn't win that fight, and we don't. I've literally heard people say Aaron Pryor.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna say it because we have so many kids listening. Hey kids, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, Aaron Pryor has been considered one of the greatest junior welterweights of all time, and that's a fucking joke, considering the fact that there is men that have never been caught crushing asthma pills and adding them to water and taking away your glove padding. Okay, it's not good. It's not a good. I hate how Americans overlook that with Aaron Pryor and act like, oh yeah, that was a legit night, and then they throw the rematch in there like that solidified. See, he really did beat him in the first fight because look what he does in the rematch. Alexis Aguero was broken in that rematch. He was broken in the first fight. If anyone's seen it, you've seen when Aaron Pryor. How many right hands? Is it rights or lefts that he's landing on the right? It's right hands, right? When he's just annihilating him on the ropes. Get the fuck out of here. That fight was over right there.
Great fight.
Please, terrible.
Great fight. It's still not going to beat.
No, fuck.
By the way,
it doesn't.
Hagler Hearns is better fight. I don't know how they ranked it that way. Number 3, Frazier versus Ali. It's a really good fight. It's a really good